I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down.
You guys, real quick before the video starts, I'm streaming on Twitch daily. If you want to support me, the link is in the description. Go there and follow me. Thank you, lads. Enjoy the video. React on Arako and Andrew. Now, who are these guys? So Arako has a channel. That's his channel right now that I'm reacting on. He has a channel that he makes mostly content about women today, not women, most women, and how super they can be, and how to not be a simp, things like that about men and women mostly. He has a really good channel. Go and check him out. Why not? Adu has a channel, I think, on YouTube himself. I'm not sure how it's called, but I think you can find it somewhere. Now, these guys, they're talking about the video that I made. Let me see. When was it? Let me open my chat too. Yeah, this one.
How to even operate at my level. People don't buy a $24 million house.
So if you guys want, go and check my video out. It's the whole podcast. I'm reacting on the whole thing is like 40 minutes video. So I share my thoughts there. I say what I agree and with what I disagree, and it goes on and on and on. So I'm gonna share my thoughts here again, and yeah, that's it pretty much. All right, let's fucking go for it. That might go on YouTube. It might. I'm not saying for sure, but it might. So let's go.
So, diving in recently, you covered the Fresh and Fit fiasco, and this was the in-person event which happened in Miami with Wes Watson. It's gone viral all over the place.
Also, let me fix my camera real quick. We'll continue. Let's put me down here. Yeah. All right.
Interestingly enough, I think, and I wanted to kind of give you a take here and see what you thought about this because you covered it. And I thought you gave really good coverage on your channel. It's very level-headed. I think that what happened there is the people, like there was something for everybody. So for the people who really loathe like red pill content creators in the manosphere, you can use Wes Watson as basically the perfect caricature of everything about that sphere that people hate, right? Totally empty and vacant of anything that is, worth something that's non-material. All that matters is muscles and roids and...
Listen, I will not call him fake alpha male. West he's not a fake alpha male, man. Even with steroids and with whatever he takes to achieve something like that, his body, success with money, he needs work. He might follow a shortcut. Yes, he's gonna lose some respect for that, but at the same time, he's fucking doing it, and it's still hard, and it still takes time and hard work. So he's not a fucking fake alpha male. I don't think so. If you say that, automatically you're just calling bodybuilders, professional bodybuilders, fake tough guys, not strong masculine men. Doesn't make any sense, bro.
Appearances, this type of thing. So I think the haters can make the perfect caricature. And then I think the red pillars themselves who watch it they look at it and say, this is exactly what we don't want out there representing our message. And the manosphere people are saying the same thing. And then over on the kind of Christian side, or the men who embrace some form of spiritualism, which I think is probably the best path, see it as, a rejection of materialism kind of triggering the materialist worldview. So I think that there was something there for everyone. I think that was kind of the perfect storm for all these different kind of internet groups to all then get together and have a take.
Yeah, I agree. Someone said in my comments, I think you're right about the caricature. Someone said that he's watched too many Sigma edits, and it's kind of true. He kind of
I do too. What's wrong with that? I really fucking like them. I mean, that's the thing. Like, what's wrong about being masculine? So what? There's nothing wrong with that, man. Honestly, like, keep watching these videos. I don't care. In that case, that made me a little mad because I do it myself, and it just gives confidence. I completely disagree with them here.
personified what people stereotype that red pill type of guy to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the time it's the younger guys that get confused with this. They think that being a high value man is all about being like ripped and having a six pack, having a fast car.
No, bro, it's not. Yes, most high value men have that, and they have that for a reason, because you need that to fight. This is a thing, right? So maybe these two, they haven't. I can talk to that because, like West, I do work out too, right? And I understand his point, but I'm not saying that we are better than anyone or whatever if we work out or whatever, bro. But you cannot. How can I say that? Do not sound rude. I really don't know how to say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it with my own words. I hope I'm not gonna affect others out there, right? So pretty much, he's right. If you watch what the video that they did, these two, they have the debate. Wes said to Andrew, you cannot talk about that because you don't have it, and he's right. I agree. You cannot talk about things if you don't have them, because you're not experienced with them. I completely agree with Wes here. You have to. Andrew doesn't work out, right? I don't know if he does a little bit or whatever, but he doesn't do it to a point that he understands how important it is, because he admits it. He's not a liar. I'm not saying he's a liar or whatever. He admits it. He admits it. Admits it. I think I'm saying it right. I'm not sure. He says, you're gonna see in the video, maybe later, that I smoke, I do that, I understand I have to be a little bit more healthy. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but I disagree here with Wes to shame Andrew for because he was saying that, oh, you have tits, you look like Shay, you have 10-inch arms. Like, okay, that's understand. He lost. He got really emotional, but I understand why he got emotional. And yes, the masculine people, they don't really go through emotions, but in that case, you have to react sometimes like that. You have to. Everybody took West like the weakling. He's not a fucking weakling, because I'm telling you right now, you that are watching the video, you say he's a weakling, right? Okay, go and say to his face, "Fuck you." I'm gonna ask you one question. To who you gonna fear the most saying "fuck you" to your face, to their face? Honestly, fucking answer me that question. To Andrew or to fucking West? you're gonna go and say to Wes that he's like, I don't know, 6 feet, 200 like 40 pounds of muscle and some body fat, of course. You're gonna say fuck you to his face, or to Andrew, who's like 5'8", probably like 200 pounds of body fat. And I'm not saying to shame him or something, but of course you're gonna choose Andrew, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, I went a little bit too into it. I hope I did not forget to say anything. I don't know, man. I disagree the way that they attack West here. Honestly, I disagree. Yes, West, he acted like a fucking asshole. I get it, and yes, it's true. But honestly, if you affect somebody's feelings for what they love, especially masculine men, they're gonna lose every emotion and they're gonna fuck you up. And I agree with that. I don't think that's weakness. I think that's strength, because you defend what you love.
Fighting everybody that gets in your way, and that's just not the way it is, in my opinion. I don't think that's what a high value man is.
And to answer that question, that what a high value man means, if you have these things, great. Obviously, you're gonna be better than the people that don't have these things in a high value environment. But a high value man, pretty much what that means is the value you bring to the world. The guy who brings the most, for example, the guy who created the internet, he's a really high value man, not because he makes a lot of money, which is why he makes a lot of money. It's because he invests, he creates something amazing. We all internet, right? That helped a lot of lives. So a high value man is a person that a man that brings so much value to the world. The guy who brings the most value to the world is he's the highest value man ever. That's it, period.
Well, doesn't it have to start with emotional control?
100%.
Like, doesn't it have
think
to...
you'd have a
I agree that you have to be masculine. Pyro, what's up? How you doing? So I agree that you have to control your emotions or whatever, and he can. But in that scenario, like, his fans were watching him and he was like, I'm not gonna take that shit. I don't think he did the wrong thing here.
a bit of emotional control to
I'm doing great, Pyro. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for asking. I'm really good.
get physically in shape and to, be financially stable. But I guess it was the injections that got him there quicker.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, that's funny about it is, yeah, you would think that there would be a lot of discipline, which would be required to...
Yes, it still needs a lot of discipline, man. You don't take steroids and in one year you look like that. It still needs years. I guarantee you, Wes trains from when he was a kid.
get the body shape like that. But the steroids also do provide a shortcut, right? They do provide a shortcut.
I do agree on that,
Also,
yeah.
They make you mentally unstable if you take them long term.
True.
Like that.
You get more angry.
No one ever talks about the side effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
whatever.
not all bad for certain men at certain ages.
Side effects are, for what I know, you can lose your hair. You can get gyno, which is... Yes, Pyro, exactly. With steroids, you can get, and if you're a man, you can get boobs. I'm not even kidding. It's called gyno. I don't know how it works. Something with hormones, something happens. I mean, I can show you right now. Gyno on a male. Yes, actually, I don't think it's men boobs. Look. So here's the gyno. That's one effect that steroids do. You see that? That's not normal. If you see that to a man, he has gyno. He probably takes stuff, or it might come naturally. So, but it's not. It's not like. It's really not usual to happen naturally. But yeah, it is true.
But it can make you more aggressive, more emotional. It can give you boobs. You know, he was talking about boobs the whole time,
Yeah.
but he might get boobs in 10 years. If he forgets his injection,
Yes, but it's different. But you can see it. You can see it to the side mostly. I get what you're saying, but it's not gonna look like that.
when
Yeah.
he catches a flight, he'll get boobs and little
Or you can like measure with the body fat. If he has like normal body fat and he has like a lot of, it seems he has a lot of body fat to his chest, it's not body fat. It's gyno probably.
balls as well. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, don't those guys deep?
Yeah, if you're obese, of course you're gonna look like that. I understand what you mean here. Yeah. But it's not gyno. Then it's body fat. I don't think to obese people you can find if they have gyno or not. I don't know.
Deflate once they stop taking the steroids. They deflate to
Yeah.
about like half the size, and they age.
Yeah, if you stop taking steroids, your testosterone stops. It dies slowly, and your natural testosterone, it doesn't work anymore because you took steroids and your body stopped creating testosterone, which is you're gonna lose pretty much all the gains you made in like 3 months easily. It might maybe even less. More, I don't think so.
5 years overnight,
And I just know about those things. That's why I'm talking about them. I'm not just saying it.
and they don't look great after
no,
the
it
injection
goes
stop.
from one extreme to the other a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's just
But I
just
think-
wild.
I think you did really good just to keep you calm, and you ended up basically playing him at his.
But if you're interested in watching this podcast, I made a video. I think I can resend it. I made a video, yeah, right here on my channel. If you want to see what is this about that I'm doing right now, I reacted on that shit. That was crazy. Like it's a 46 minutes video. I did the reaction to the whole video, and it was crazy. Like these two had a really big debate. So yeah.
Game.
Yeah.
He was trying to mock you and roast you in front of that whole audience, and you ended up doing it to him.
Well,
So-
the thing is I've said this probably because I've been in so many debates over the last few years against everyone from top tier to just kind of randos. But
You
once
don't have
somebody
to
loses
if you want. If
their
you don't,
emotional
of course.
control, you own them.
Mhm.
They are
100%.
now your property. You can do
Yeah.
with them whatever you want because
Yeah.
once you
I
have
disagree, bro. What does that mean? If somebody gets emotional, you own them. What the fuck are you talking about? Andrew here, bro. Come on, man. Like that's stupid. That sounds stupid. Yes, you get them angry, you hit the buttons, yes, but you don't own them. What the fuck are you talking about? They still fucking talk shit to you, so you don't own anything. You own them? Okay, make them stop talking shit. And not, because you don't. The fuck? Yeah, but you cannot control. So even, for example, even fathers that they are super masculine, right? For their kids, they get emotional. If somebody touches their kids, they get emotional. That doesn't mean they're weak. What the fuck? I don't. This is stupidity. That's what they said here. I completely disagree.
found the triggerable button, all you have to do is push it, and there's essentially no defense against that. And I think that's a huge weakness. So if I were to look at everything,
It's not a weakness, man. It's not a weakness. Because you're gonna be scared. That's his buttons again. Because you saw what happened.
do for self-improvement,
It depends how the other person is gonna react. if they press their buttons and they don't do anything, then you don't give a shit. You know they're weaklings. But if they fucking defend what, for example, the kids, if their fathers or whatever, like, yeah, 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 because an alpha male is a guy that he went through a lot of shit in his life. That's why he's the way he is.
And I get it, right? I got a beer gut. I drink too much. You know what I mean? I smoke too much. I get that. I
At,
can
at least his son is here, like I
to
said.
work a bit on my health. But I also think that you should start with the idea of being at least somewhat in control of your emotions. And what's interesting
100%.
about that is
Andrew, he is in control of his emotions. Maybe he's a little bit emotional like a human being, but he is. What you did there, if you watch the full video, you'll see that you wanted him to look bad in the beginning. I think Andrew started the debate, and then Wes react the way he react. Really? I mean, yeah, at the moment you're gonna feel weird, but
is you can be somebody who allows emotion to come out and still be in control of it. Like there's a time, for instance, rhetorically,
I don't know
where kind
exactly
of
what you mean by that.
self-righteous indignation sounds really good, but it's controlled, right? You know what the message is that you're giving. You're not actually losing emotional control. So the opposition doesn't end up owning you. And if, as you found in your life, that's important.
100%. When I was younger, I think the way I grew up, the way confrontation was dealt with was by getting physical or by trying to insult somebody. And you soon start, I think if you've got a brain, you soon start to realize that's not going to get you very far.
No.
Especially as a man, there's consequences to these things. Like if you're going to just get violent or start insulting people in all these types of situations, and you're probably going to go to jail. So we're going to get in
Which is
serious
exactly where he
problems.
went, right? That's exactly where he
Well,
went.
exactly. Yeah, that's where he's there for 10 years or something, wasn't he? So there you go.
I think when you get older, you realize that truly revenge is a dish best served cold.
I understand what you mean. I get it. But I'm gonna tell you a big truth. And if you see your man get I know you're gonna disagree on that, and you have your rights. I get it, understand. But honestly, if you see your man get emotional, you're losing attraction to him. You might not believe me now, but in action you will see it. Because the man's supposed to be the leader in the home, right? So he is supposed to take care of his family. If he shows that he's weak at any point, it's not good. You don't? What you don't? I don't understand. I know. I understand. I really do. I understand what you mean. But you only gonna understand me when it's gonna happen. That's I understand what you mean though. I get it. I mean, you're a different person. You're not a stupid woman like most women are. So you might be an exception for that. But let me say what I said. Most of the women, if they see their man get emotional, they're losing attraction to him. That's it.
Cold, and you getting hot or something like this most often plays into the hand of whoever the opposition is. They end up controlling you. They take headspace up. They make you think about them, things like this. And ultimately, that's a lot of men's downfall. A lot of men's downfall is becoming obsessed with conquering other men who aren't even thinking about them. They don't even care.
I just can't, bro. I just can't. Like, competition for a man is everything, bro. What are you talking about, bro? I can tell that they already compete with each other and they don't even know it.
Care about their existence. So
I don't know, Byron. Maybe for you, I might agree. For most of the women, I disagree.
no matter how rich you get, no matter how much wealth you have, reminds me of the old movie, The Count of Monte Cristo. Did you ever see that movie?
No, I've never seen that. No.
Well, inside the movie, a peasant is imprisoned by a nobleman who was his best friend because he was always jealous that the peasant was happy with having nothing. And no matter how much the noble got, he never could fill whatever the void was, and he was always upset that the peasant had nothing and was happy. And
I think, yeah,
you know,
yeah, I think that annoyed him that day because the first question he asked you was, "Are you rich? Do you have money?
yeah,
Right? Are you broke? Are you broke?" And you said, "Yeah, I'm broke. I don't have anything." You just showed you didn't care about money. Your value doesn't come from money. And when he's probably thought to himself that I'm gonna stop being a loser as soon as I get rich, as soon as I get a fast car, as soon as I have all these things. When someone just shuts you down and someone's even more self-assured than you are, when they don't have all the money and all the crap that you have, that can really fuck with your head. And I think that's what happened with him. It really fucked with him that you were just so confident about yourself and what your values were. He just spent all this time trying to be rich and trying to be this big boss. And he realized in that moment, I think, that that's not what it's all
Byron, what the fuck?
about. That's not what being a high value man or a boss is about.
what are the steps when? So this term gets thrown around a lot, as you know, and I think there's different interpretations of it. It's one of those things I think that's better felt than telt, right? Which
By
is,
the way, I'm gonna defend a bit Wes here. Yes, I like what he's right about what he said, but Wes asked because he was ready to attack emotionally, right? Mentally, let's say like that, and he wanted to make sure that he did not have those things, so he can defend himself and not make the other guy feel bad about something. I think in the beginning, after all that shit happened. I'm glad you have it, Byron. No, a human being doesn't need a lot of things to be happy. If you know that you do, I think the only thing you need is to do what you love. And if you are able to do what you love in life, you're gonna be happy. You're gonna have hard days and whatever. Yes, shit like that is gonna happen all the time. But in the end of the day, you're gonna be happy.
is what is a high value man?
I mean, there is an advantage for you here. A really good one. You do your cardio, they're getting fat.
What does that mean ultimately?
I mean,
Wow,
I
wow,
think a high,
What
what?
does that mean? Telt different interpretations of it. this term gets thrown around a lot, as you know, and I think there's different interpretations of it. It's one of those things I think that's better felt than telt, right? Which is, what is a high value man?
Okay, there we go.
What does that mean ultimately?
Like I said, I think I said it back then. High value man means the man who brings the most value to the world. Like I said in my example, the guy who created internet, he's one of the most high value men in the world because of him we can do what we do right now. So the more value you bring to somebody, to some people, the highest value man you're gonna be. That's it. For another example, for my neighbor, let's say an example, right? If he was a guy who sell, I don't know, like souvlaki, which in Greece it's a food, and there were other stores that they had souvlaki as well, but this guy worked harder than everyone and he was buying everything fresh. He was going to be the most valuable souvlaki shop in the neighborhood. Yeah, that's kind of stupid, Pyro, honestly. I don't know why they do that.
I mean, I
Maybe
think a high
because
value man
they want to win
is
time or whatever.
somebody
If
who take
that's the case, yes, I understand.
look after his family, not expect anything in return. So there's high value men that don't earn 2 million a year, but they still look after their families.
Yeah,
They still don't expect anything in
course.
return. And they'll take a bullet for their families. I think that's what a real high value man is. I don't think money and materialism is what it's all about at all.
As an end in of itself, the pursuit of materialism always seems to lead people to bad ends. I don't think there's anything wrong with being rich. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a lot of wealth. I just think that using it as an end itself, that's the end of what it is that you're after, is pretty empty and vacant. If it's being used as a means for a greater
Andrew, there's no end, man. People cannot just. If somebody wants something really bad and he gets it and he's smart, he's gonna go for more. There's never an end to anything.
end, like the taking care of the family, like the taking care of the people around you, like the taking care of your community. I think it can be a noble pursuit, but being an end in and of itself, you will be happy with the Bugatti, you will be happy with the muscles, you will be happy with the perfect body. That's all vacant lies, isn't it?
No,
Of course. It's
no,
like I
it's
said in
not.
that video.
What the fuck? It's not. It's not fake. If somebody wants a good body, he gets it. He's happy. What the fuck? If somebody gets he works really hard for a car to show up, and people watching him, and he feels good about it. That's fucking awesome. I don't think that those are lies. Now, I'm not saying that with only these things. I mean, no, you can be happy like with only that, of course.
Video, I think if you're lucky enough to get old and you're sat there and you don't have your body, but you have all these materialistic things around you, I don't think that's going to be the thing that makes you happy. I think seeing your grandchildren running around, your kids still there for you, I think that's what's going to make you happy.
What about the fact that your bloodline lives on? That cross-generationally, you know that
What's
you
for us,
have
Pyro?
clones of yourself. You have genetically lived on through the generations, and even if you're forgotten, your blood still exists. Isn't that really the highest value you could ever offer planet Earth?
I agree. I think so.
It depends what kind of kid you're gonna make.
And I think if we can do that with somebody that has the same values
But
as
it is
us,
a really
to
valuable
help
thing,
us
for sure.
bring the best children into the world possible to make the world a little bit of a better place, then I think that's the best thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
This comment,
One of the best things, not the best.
screenshotted it from your channel. It was one of the best ones that I saw when I was scrolling through the comment section. This guy, his name is Killer Sushi. Killer Sushi, and he says, "This guy has me fired up. My father
He's a
was
vegan,
tradesman.
probably.
The day he retired, he was making about $36,000 a year.
But listen to that. That's really cool what he said.
He was married 56 years. He owned a home and a little beach house, 2 cars, and raised 3 children. Not a single day in my life did I ever think I was poor. My wealth was knowing every day my dad would be there. I had loving parents that gave me what I needed. Maybe not everything I dreamed of, but we got by fine. My dad drove an old Ford pickup truck and built race cars for fun. He didn't go to some dealership and spend millions of dollars to have a vehicle. I loved that old pickup truck. We went everywhere in that truck. The time in that truck with him was my wealth. To me, priceless. Everyone loved my dad not because of his net worth, but because everywhere he went, the world got a little bit better. I think that that's maybe the best definition, or
That's a good
the
message.
best explanation of what a high value man is. Is that
I think
yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
I think it
I
is.
No,
Yeah,
that's not about. Oh shit, bro. That's about for being a really good dad, a really high value dad. Only about this case.
I like that comment. You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. I think when you're growing up as a kid, especially, you don't really care about how much money your parents have, do you?
No,
You
you
care more
don't.
about
You just want to
their
have fun.
presence, their values, how other
As long
people
as they can buy you something, even the cheapest thing ever, they making you feel good. You don't feel that. That's true.
look at them and how they treat others. So having a Ferrari and all these things, yeah, it's cool. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, just like you said, but it's not the be all and end all, and it doesn't make you high value, in my opinion.
Well,
Okay.
as pointed out, there was another channel who did a review of this, and a clip of it was sent over to me, and the guy made a really good point. He said, it's funny. Think about a 7-year-old girl, your daughter, in your home. How much money would she spend to make the monster in the closet go away? And only dad can make the monster in the closet go away. Would she rather have $1 million, or does she want the monster in the closet?
Except if you pay security guards and all over her room, then she's gonna be fine too.
To go away. And I would say that that's a really good analogy. It's it's demonstrating what the value of a father is to a daughter.
Exactly, of a father. That doesn't mean you are a really high value man in general. You are a really high value man in the father's part. If you want to be a really high value man in general, you have to go like West. Good shape, a lot of money, be a good father. Like he said, to everything you do in your life.
Which is that the world is full of monsters, whether they're real or just perceived. And just having a masculine male around in a young girl's life is enough in and of itself to make most of the monsters disappear. How do you put a value on that?
Yeah, I think that's actually the main role of a man, is to basically, is for your family to look at you like the safety zone, the protector, the provider. So when your daughter, your wife is scared or having a problem, they look at you like, oh, everything's going to be all right. This guy's going to look after me. I think that's what a real man is and what a real high value man is.
Isn't it interesting, too, that particular relationship between fathers and daughters, that seemingly when they have fucked everything up possible, when dad shows up, they just kind of melt, right? Everything's going to be okay. Dad's here. Everything's going to get taken care of now. I can breathe out a sigh of relief, right? And isn't that the kind of man ultimately I think that men should strive to be?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Got me feeling right.